His life. Okay, so now I've infected my machine, my Windows machine, with this malware that pops up this irritating box every time you restart it. Very simple malware. And so if you have a situation like this and you want to analyze it with Velociraptor, here's a way to do it. So go to your Windows machine, and since it launches automatically every time you restart it, then you can use auto runs. Auto runs is a sysinternals tool which is extremely useful because it tells you how many things are going to automatically launch in Windows, which is a lot. So there's Windows sysinternal auto runs. Now, there may be a problem on the Mac Windows running on ARM, which is what I'm using. Before, this didn't work on the ARM. Let's see if it works now. I think it works fine on the, oh good. This is good. It has the, see, it has the 386 and the AMD. Of course, anyway, let's try it and see what happens. It may not work too well. We're going to find out. But here it is running, waiting to run, okay. And if I look at the log, it'll show me what's happening. Okay, so it removes some temp file, sleeping 14 seconds. This shows running in progress. See, what it's going to do, it's going to try to install this program and run it. The thing that I wonder is if it's going to install the ARM version of the program and run it. Of course, the x86 version of it might work on ARM. It has a translation, so we'll see. In the past, as I recall, it didn't work very well on the ARM-based Windows, but there's been updates since then. So here it is downloading stuff, copying the file into AutoRuns C64, removing the temp file, so it's trying to run the AMD version of AutoRuns. It might succeed. And if you have an Intel processor, I think it'll work fine. There, it's done. For what it's worth, let's see if it found anything. Results, it looks like it worked. These are the automatically running programs. And how many of them are there? 1,374, which is the correct answer. So all those things are there. All right, so now, the way to handle this, of course, then, is to download a CSV and put it in a spreadsheet. Then you can hunt through it. So let's try that. You can do that by going to Results, and that button is CSV. There, download CSV. And so there it is. And you can open that thing in a spreadsheet. Then you can see all the 1,000 programs that are automatically running. And you can do things like sort. So here you have, this is the location of it. A lot of them are in the registry. And then over here, let's see, there we are. You've got a description of it. And the most important thing for us is the signer. If it's signed by somebody, that probably means it's okay. So I can use organize, data, sort, there we are. Sort the entire table by signer. That'll do it. All right. There, and now these are signed, and so the unsigned ones will be at the bottom. And there they are. There's many fewer. There's only this many that are unsigned, like 100 at the bottom. So it's more reasonable to hunt through them. And now, if you want to go from there on down, now I can find the path, I think. Yep, here's the path of the unsigned things. And so, look through here. This one here looks kind of suspicious, running from the root of C, an unsigned executable. So that's one way you can track down, make some progress here. So that's one bit of information you can gather, and you can make some progress figuring it out there. Now you can also find the run key that launches it here, and let's see if that was this same one. If this is the suspicious program, then it should tell me, yep, here you are. This is the Microsoft path for one of the run keys that will automatically run. So this is automatically launching by being in the registry, and it's launching from the root of C with an unsigned executable. So that's pretty suspicious stuff. So we made some progress tracking down what's wrong here. Let me not save this. All right, that's good, and that works even on the 64. And you can get the executable of it with PS list. So let's try that. PS list. I can get running processes. Now I could just run it and get them all, but maybe I can restrict it. Now that I suspect it's that one that had pup in its name, I should be able to just put pup here, and it'll only give me ones named pup. And that'll simplify it. So there it is. It's done already. And there we are. There's this running process called pup4message. And here's an MD5 hash. So I could send that up to VirusTotal and see if it's known malware. So that's progress. And I can also, this I thought was wonderful. I still haven't proven that that is causing the pop-up message. I've just found that it looks kind of suspicious and it is running. This is how you prove it. You can dump the memory of that process and download it to this machine to look through the memory and see what it's doing. So that is process dump. Windows memory process dump. And I can tell it, I just want to use things with pup in the name. There's only one of them, and that should do it. And again, this downloads the sysinternals tool memdump and runs it. And again, I'm a little nervous about whether it'll work on the ARM version, but it looks like everything's getting up to date and it's working pretty well. Here we are. This is the results. And proc dump. Crash dump. Command line. It looks like they're giving, okay, I thought I could, oh, it's uploaded files. Here we are. There's the file. This is the memory dump. So I should be able to download it. I think download it right here. Yep, that'll download it to this machine, and now I can analyze it with any of a variety of tools. One thing I'd like to do is just extract the strings from it and see if I can do that on Linux with the strings command. I don't know if there's strings command on my Mac or not. Let's see. If I open a new terminal and do strings, I do have strings. All right, good. Let's do strings -- help. Strings or man strings. I just wonder, see, the problem is Microsoft strings are not ASCII strings. They are Unicode strings. And there is a command, a parameter, I think -el to do that. I just wonder in this version of strings. Yeah, I'm afraid this version may not have the thing we need. Let's go here to downloads. Right, and the file I need is this thing, dump 18.3. Let's do ls. Okay, there's the file. So we'll start by strings, but I think they're not going to work. Okay. All right, and I wanted to know, let's see how bad they are. Yeah, those are just the names of Windows API calls. And the message I saw here on the screen was your machine is pwned. So if I do this and just pipe it through grep for pwn, I don't find it. I need to have strings, Unicode strings. And I don't think I can do it with this version of strings. But on Linux, I can do it. And that's one option, is to move to my Linux machine. Let me just check and see if AI has a better solution here. Mac OS, use strings to find Microsoft Unicode 16-bit. See if there's a good tool to do it. It might be an online tool or something. The strings, its primary function is not, you can use the strings command with specific encoding options, string -es. Well, that sounds good. Let's try that. strings minus E space S. That's a screwy option. Well, no, they're lying, of course. Yeah, well, when I'm done, yeah, I'm doing the grep. Yeah, EL, let's see what L does. But I think this version of strings doesn't have these options. Yeah, this version of strings doesn't have these options. How to print, yeah. All right, as far as I know, the only way to do it is to put it on Linux. There's probably some way to install a better version of strings on the Mac. Anyway, if you put it on Linux, let's just do that then. I do have a Linux machine here. I'm just a little confused how to get the file into the Linux machine. I think it's already there though. Okay, this is logic for you. If I go into the Linux machine, which is here, okay, it's that address, 192.168.121.197, SSH Debian at 192.168.121.197. Okay. Yeah, I think I got a plan. Remember, the Linux machine is the server. I just downloaded it to my Mac. It's already on the server. We did this before. It's clear sudo find / -name, and it's dump. And probably dump star will do. Pipe more. And there it is. Okay. So there's this ridiculous path. That's the file. So let's quit, and let's make a directory of temp from here and go in there to make a clean place. Okay, then I gotta copy that to here. I'll just call it dump there. And the problem is, it's program files with like a carriage return or something. So I need to, somehow the copy here had a carriage return break it. So I need to copy this part and put it in the right place. So there is my command, and there. Might be all right now. Space, this is the sort of stuff you learn in the Bandit challenges. Okay. Target, I gotta perhaps put /. Nope. No such file or directory. I can't copy it to something. Well, I'll just copy it with whatever its current name is to this folder then. I don't know why it won't let me specify the output folder, but I'll just put dot. Nope, can't find it. There's a space. Okay. If for some reason I made a / before the space. Good, thank you. And then I can give it a name like I want to, dump. Okay, now we're getting there. I've got the file. Now I think I can use strings -el in this version of strings. Well, we don't have strings, so I can do sudo apt install strings. All right. Now I got to ask AI how to get strings. They've hidden it in something else. What, bin utils or something? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you had it, you sure? Okay, I'll try that, bin utils. All right. All right, good. What's that? Core utils. Oh, core utils. Oh, let's see. Yep. Oh, there it is. It worked. And this is the 16th. So now you see these are the messages. So now we've proven that that is the thing popping up the message. And there's probably some Mac utility that will let you see these strings, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, all right, so that gets us to what I wanted to show you there. And, all right, let's see what else is fun here. Yara. Yara is another good tool to know. Malware analysts love Yara. Yara, I don't know why people get so excited. It's just grep. It just does string matching on the files. But they use it to find malware and sort files into categories, and they make a big deal about it. So you can do Windows search Yara. So what I can do is, the question is, are there any other files on the box that contain this string pwned? And you can find out here. So Yara will do it, plus Yara. And this is Windows. Okay, I want Windows search Yara. As you can see, there's a lot of Yara options. People love this thing. All right, and so now you can tell it what kind of files to search into, and I think just for convenience, I'm only going to do the EXEs, just to make it take less time. Okay, and now here's the rules, and so the rule is going to be pwned. So I'm just going to find executables that contain this string, and those would be the ones involved in this attack. And I'll leave all the rest, and these are various options. No case means lowercase is okay. Of course, wide refers to those 16-bit characters, which is the case, and ASCII is 8-bit characters, and I'll accept either one. So this should do it, and it's going to search the whole box. And what's interesting, among other things, is how quickly you can search the whole box. If you look at the log, there it goes, and it shows you which file it's scanning. And by the way, when you scan this way, by // you're scanning the root of the volume, which is the fastest way, direct disk access, or whatever they call it, direct device access, as opposed to going through the lettered volumes. And that makes it extremely fast. It's going to scan the whole box in not very much time at all here. And we'll see the time in these logs at some point. But anyway, it won't take forever. And by the way, as I mentioned, it can't take forever. There's a maximum time, and anything that takes longer than that is canceled. So you don't waste too much time on your clients. So if I look at the results, nothing yet, but it's still working. And you can see, if you care, you can actually see the query language. There's this thing called Velociraptor query language. Everybody has to have their own language, and that's what these things are written in. And you can write your own, but like I say, I've never had to do that. The pre-canned ones are very good. They're good enough that, and it's done already. And here's the results. And the answer is the only executable on the whole box that has that string is the one in the root of C. So there are no other files left on the box participating in the infection. All right. And I have no idea what that means, but anyway. All right, and so you can try to remediate it. Yeah, somebody has the phone alert turned on or something. Yeah. Anyway, so you can try to clean it up. And by the way, might as well try this. I think it's going to fail. This is where you hit a sort of political issue. In order to fix it, we need to do these processes: kill the running task, delete the registry key, and delete the executable. That's how we clean it off. Now, you could do this remotely if you could do it in a shell, and there is a shell, but when I try it, it rejected most of these commands because they don't want to be used to attack boxes. So there's kind of a contradiction there. How powerful do you want it? But anyway, you can do it. If we go to the, GUI at the top left, there's a shell button. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, at the top left, click the down arrow next to the search box. There. Okay, show all. We've done this already. Right, at the top right, there should be a shell button here. And I think this is it. No, wait, I think, let's see. I don't have a picture, unfortunately. At the top right, there should be a shell button. What does this do? User settings, connected. All right, maybe I can't wrench, maybe? User settings. All right, let's try this. I'll go back to all. Then I click this. There it is, the shell button. There. And now you can choose PowerShell or say CMD. So I can do simple things here like who am I? and I can launch it, and then I see the answer by hitting this. So that works. I can do who am I, and I'm system. So this is a really powerful shell. It's running with the highest possible privileges. So I might think I could clean things off. Let's see if I can kill the running task to close the box. I put in another one of these. Launch, oh, up here, right. I put the command up here. Okay, and then launch. And now I can see the results here. And I don't get any results. And I think it didn't work. If I look at the box, it didn't kill the task. That's what happens when I try this. Some commands work and some don't. So that remote control feature is limited for some reason, a thing to be aware of. It seems like a good idea, but it doesn't seem to work. And that's not changing in the versions. So the way I remediate it, you have to execute these manually on the box, which is kind of unprofessional, but that's the way it is. So anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. And there's a couple more you can do in the same spirit. There's a couple more pieces of malware to put on there, and then you practice, investigate it, and you'll learn more about how Velociraptor works. So that's what I wanted to show you. I'll stop this video.